Hi, today I'm going to show you an online presentation tool called Prezi. Prezi offers a slide-to-slide format with interesting visuals and transitions. It is very useful in the classroom for several different purposes. First, for traditional teaching, for independent student work within the classroom, like maybe with stations or that sort of thing, or for the flipped classroom format where the students go through the presentations at home and they come back to class to discuss them. It is a very simple tool to use for both teachers and for students. First, for the teachers, the templates that are offered in the program itself make creation a breeze. Second, for the students, the frame-to-frame movement is controlled by you, so the pacing is completely up to the controller, which means that the students can take the time that they need to go through it. So come on, let's go have a look. First, you're going to go into Prezi at prezi.com and it will pull up this screen. You will see here that it allows you an opportunity to see a video, and then you come right up here to get started. It is absolutely free to use and you can start there with no obligations. I'm going to minimize this though and go into my account, which you will see here. I want you to be able to see how it will come up. Once you have gone in and registered, you will see this screen. And once you've created a Prezi or two, they will show up here, as you can see. Now, just to demonstrate how easy it is to use, let me go right in and show you how to create a new Prezi. Okay, once you are in Prezi, you're going to see templates, lots of different templates, and you can see that you scroll through and pick whichever ones you are interested in, okay? Let's say for the purpose of what we're going to do, we're going to try this first one, Take Flight. There are several things you need to know. First, you have a canvas, okay? That's here. Second, you have your pathway, which is shown here, all right? So your pathway is literally going to walk from one thing to the next. So this first screen that you're seeing is the first step on the pathway. But if I go to the right, it's going to show me the next step on the pathway, which you can see here, okay? And it's very simple. You go right in and you add whatever text you would like to use. Then you click off of that and you can go, I'm pressing my right arrow key and it takes me to the next one, and so on. You can see how it moves right on through and then back out. Now, if for some reason I wanted to move something around, shift something around within the pathway, let's say I would like to move this last slide to an earlier spot in the presentation. Let's say I want it to go number 3. Then I would come back to the beginning and you will see how it will move me all the way over there and then back. So I have altered the path. The path is something you're going to want to be aware of when it comes to a Prezi presentation. Next, if you want to add other things, it makes it a little bit easier once you have your original information entered. So for the purpose of time, or for the sake of time, I want to go back out to an existing Prezi that I've already done so that you can see here what it is. I'm going to go ahead and go into edit mode so that we can make some changes that I think will be interesting for you to see. First, I'll show you the presentation itself. As you can see, I created a Prezi on the parts of speech to go directly with core content. It starts here and then moves, let me start at the beginning, moves into the specific parts of speech, okay? Okay, and then it takes me to my references. Show you a few things here. Let's say that I would like to insert, let me go to an adjective. All right. Let's say that I would like to go from the typical explanation of what an adjective is and zoom in on these examples right here. Okay? The way that you do that is you come right over here to your frame. Now I want you to see you have several options for frames. There's a bracket, a circle, a rectangle, or invisible. I think for the purpose of what we're doing here, I'm going to go with the invisible frame. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that frame directly over my existing text, and I'm going to make it frame in that one section of text that I would like for the Prezi to zoom into. Okay, so let me make sure it's nice and square around that text, and then I'm going to click in Zoom to Frame. Now what it's going to do is it's going to have added this feature to my Prezi. So we go from noun to adjective to verb. Where did my zoom in go? There it is. Okay, so you will see that it went straight from the adjective description to the verb and then back here. Well, that's not what I want it to do. I want it to show me the demonstrations or the examples of the adjectives before we go to the verb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this particular slide and I'm going to drag it to between 3 and 4 so that I can go back out to the beginning. I'm going to start at the noun and I'm going to click right. There's the adjective. That's what we want to see. It's going to zoom in on those words before it goes to the verb. Now, another thing that is really interesting within Prezi is this insert key. If I wanted to insert an image here, let's say that I want to insert an image to use for adjectives. We're talking about the parts of speech. And let's say that I want to put an image in that the students can describe using adjectives. Of course, we can use all the parts of speech to describe. But let me just choose an image. I'm going right here directly to the recommended images. These are things that are available through Prezi, and I'm just going to grab one. All right, now here's my image. I'm going to zoom out on my tabletop, okay? And I'm going to move this guy over here, just kind of outside the path a little bit, but I want to make him a little bit bigger so that everyone can see. But it's going to come in. I mean, it'll move in close so that students can see it, okay? Now, because this image was not part of the original path in the template, we're going to need to add it to the path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up here and grab my invisible frame. I will come down and simply drop that frame right over the image, and then I want to make sure that I frame it in. Okay, you can move the blue bars on the frame with no problem. And then I'm going to zoom to frame because that lets me know that we're going to that frame. Okay, so as you can see, it has been added down here as my number 11 slide. I don't want it to be my number 11 slide. I want it to come after the adjectives because we're going to describe the slide using adjectives. So here's my adjective slide at number 3, and then we've zoomed into the examples on number 4. So I want to go to this picture as number 5 before we begin to talk about verbs. So what I'm going to do is come down here to number 11, and I'm going to grab that and I'm going to take it back up and drop it in right there after my descriptions of what adjectives are. So if I go back to the beginning and I start and walk through my slides, you see there's the adjectives. I've zoomed in on the examples, and now we're going to actually discuss some of those adjectives before we then jump out and go back to verbs. So that's one way to insert something on the screen in your Prezi. There are other insert options that I won't go into but that are very easy to use. You'll see that you can insert a YouTube video, which is very easy to do. All you do is you paste your link there and then you click insert and it will put it on the screen for you. Once you do that, you do the exact thing that I did with the photo. You grab the invisible frame, you frame it up, add it to your path, and then you can use it. And there you have it. That's how you use Prezi. It's very simple, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I have. Thank you.